good in the light.
Wait, Parna and Taylor, where are you guys? You should be up here too.
Yeah.
Where are you? Get up here. Come on. Thanks everybody, so much fun, oh my gosh.
Awesome. Okay, so in the beginning we discussed about, you brought up how this was the first sequel you come to direct, and for us, I know people are always, dubious, and we were like, look, we wouldn't be playing this movie, it wasn't amazing. What made you want to revisit these characters, and how did you decide they should get glamorous and Capri?
Well, I mean, these characters are so much fun. I've always shied away from doing a sequel, because I think they're really terrifying, and I haven't seen many sequels that I like. But I love these characters so much, and it just felt like they had something to revisit. And then the first Simple Favor was really finding a bigger audience all the time on streaming, and it just felt like maybe people want to see that. But then there was a lot of pressure to kind of come up with the right story. And I'd always been obsessed with this wedding in Capri. Giovanna Battaglia, who was the Vogue editor of, editor for Vogue out of Paris or whatever, got married there to some really rich guy. And so actually where they got married at that point, that's exactly how I just recreated that from that wedding. It's so awesome. So if you want to get married there, it will cost a fortune to put that scaffolding up. And it just, but it was really about getting together with these two again, and just so much fun, and then getting the rest of the cast back together, and, whoever wasn't dead can come back. And Josh Satine is here too, who plays Miles. Where's
Not
Josh?
dead yet.
Not well, that's how we do it.
Sounds like another sequel. Anna, can you talk a little bit about what it was like to get back into the iconic Stephanie's, shoes?
Sure. I mean, yeah. Well, I remember early on asking our costume designer Renee, Stephanie is, as the kids say, addicted to not serving. So I was like, can I just be not very well dressed but comfortable? So I was really excited to play Stephanie, but in sneakers. So that was exciting.
I love that. And Blake, tell us about getting back into the legendary mindset of Emily.
Well, I love this character so much. It's probably my favorite character I've ever been fortunate enough to play. And so when Paul asked us to come back, I was so excited. And I was really nervous on the first one because we didn't know if we were making a drama or a comedy. And when we asked Paul, he said yes, which is not really an answer to the question. But it worked out. So I was like, okay, no nerves. I know what I'm doing this time. And then right before we started shooting, he said, I have a little bit of a curveball idea. Which I'm not going to say what it was because, we don't want to give away anything. But it definitely, upped the ante. It was very uncomfortable to watch in this theater with you all. So it was fun. It's always fun. Yeah, getting to work with Anna again, obviously, in this incredible group of people is amazing.
And can I take one moment to say something very obvious? Everybody, please don't put out any spoilers whatsoever. There's a lot of twists and turns in this, so I beg of you, I know you.
Wait, I'm just going to tell the ending real quick, though.
God.
Okay, Anna, let's talk a little more about Stephanie. She's obviously, had lived a whole life and solved a lot of cases since the end of the first film, but it's obvious that she's still obsessed with Emily. So what do you think is compelling her to take the risk and attend
Girl, I wish I knew. I'm like, Stephanie, stand the fuck up, dude. It is crazy. I'm like, this is your tormentor. Stab her in the neck. Bro, grow up here. So I don't know. I think on this one I was like, okay, if I'm going with her on, into certain peril, I was like, okay, I think maybe I start out just not taking any of it that seriously. There is kind of this I remember I had just rewatched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and that Robert Downey kind of yeah, there's murder and mayhem, but I'm fine. And then it's really hard to talk about without saying anything. When some shit goes down with my boy, then I'm like, oh, things are actually dark and scary, I guess. Sorry, it's really hard to
You can say it, they've just seen the movie,
Well, but I'm trying not to say it on camera.
I think she's right.
Shoot.
There's this thing called the internet.
I did say no spoilers, I was talking to myself, exactly.
shoot in Capri in Rome?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't tell any more spoilers. I want to talk about it after.
So what happens in the third one? No, I'm joking. Capri and Rome. Honestly, so Paul, we really wanted to make this second movie, and I was like, Paul, he wanted to shoot in Capri, and I was like, that sounds amazing, but it's very expensive, and let's just, shoot in Connecticut. That's where the first one took place. I didn't understand why it needed to be Capri, and now I want to live there. I love it so much. They serve you ice cream and lemons, and like it's just magical. And they sell hats. That crazy, beautiful hat was just a hat in a store. Like humans buy that. It's amazing.
But Blake came to us and goes, I just found this hat. I go, wait, and like she pulls out this landing pad of a hat.
It's a roof.
It's
We
in.
need it. It was like, yes.
It's in.
So anyway, it's just like it's pretty magical. So yeah, it was really nice. And Rome was Rome.
I really love that you just found that hat. Because that was definitely in our office, everyone kept saying, you gotta wear that hat. Where does that hat come from?
It's
Apparently everyone there.
Store called Fiore if you're in Capri.
Okay, Henry, obviously Sean's like already in a little bit of a rough place at the beginning of the story, and certainly things happen.
Poor Sean.
And it gets a little outrageous. That's one of my favorite parts in the movie, which actually sounds kind of bad, I'm sorry. So can you tell us a little bit about what it was like playing him this time around?
Yeah, this it was a joy to sort of come back, and of course being with the girls and Paul, and before the sort of production started, me and Paul went out for lunch and stuff, and I had a very limited time to be able to be with the gang. So I was like, dude, we need to make him a complete asshole. We need to have an outrageous death with blood and poop. And he was like, I can do the blood, but maybe not the poop.
He wanted to shit his pants, basically. Exactly.
I fought for it, but no, you know what? It's amazing to see sort of everybody that we sort of filmed with 5-6 years ago. And we've all grown, and we've all sort of seen our careers blossom, and it's just awesome to come back to a character that you're so familiar with, but for me personally, changing him and making him a dick.
A well-meaning dick.
He was always kind of a dick.
Alex and Michele, y'all are the new kids on the block. Can you right? Did we ever get to it? Definitely love having y'all join the crew. Can you talk a little bit about what the experience was like actually, getting into this glamorous world and also very outlandish, as John said?
Good evening. I apologize for my English. I'm Italian. It's not my fault, but it was great. Being part of this cast full of great artists and great actors. I felt so good, and plus I got to work with Paul. Paul Feig is one of the most incredible gentlemen I've ever met in my life. I got to work in Italy, which is my home, and when they called me for this project, I was like, oh my god, yeah. But you have to play it again. The sexy motherfucker is like, oh, please not again. I'm an actor. I want to prove myself. You are giving all the gays strength. Thank you for the gays. That's my big thing. There's a lot around me. I don't know if I'm doing a shit figure, but it was great to work with all these amazing people, and thank you very much.
And I was just really happy to film in Capri. Who doesn't want to get paid to film in Capri? But working with Paul was legendary, and with this phenomenal cast, it's iconic. I'm fans of everybody on stage and in the movie, and Paul being so kind and giving to all of us, so thank you for that.
Oh, thank you, Alex. And Alex, one of my favorite projects I've ever produced was Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
I'm also very happy that I didn't have to sing in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Tony winner, by the way, yes, exactly.
2018, which sounds like it was a long time ago, but it's only been a few minutes. But it had such acclaim, and there's been the resurgence of love that's on streaming platforms, like you said. Can you talk about what factors went into like bringing this actually to life and making all of it happen?
Yeah, I mean, the movie was such a success that everybody made in 2018, but in 2020 it sort of found a new life on streaming, like you said, and we saw a really global audience embrace the movie, and that sort of inspired us to talk about what it would take to come back to the characters. For Paul was Capri, and as we were sitting in our homes all trapped from the pandemic, we were sort of just enjoying dreaming up what would it be like, and we just went as big as we could with the wish fulfillment, and it was a total dream to make it, but it was, to serve up a little wish fulfillment in a dark moment in 2020, and it was just a pleasure to get to come back with all these people and do that.
Love it. Thank you to all the people.
Bashir, how did you like your time in Capri?
I didn't get to go to the party. Fuck out of here. Shout out Rome! Yeah!
We love you, Bashir.
I love Rome.
Hey, we'll see where the third one is. Hopefully,
Gotta open that envelope.
Andrew and then Bashir, I'd love to hear kind of like, your characters are favorites from the original, dare I say. What was it like to be teaming up with Paul again? And can you talk a little bit about his directing style?
His directing style. He's very collaborative. He's very open to, he's very good at letting actors improvise, but also knows when to tell them that's enough. You're not helping anymore. Taking up all the time. But no, you're the best. You're so much fun, and the fact that you brought us all. I mean, all my scenes took place in Connecticut, and yet I still got to go to Rome. So I think
Shout out Rome.
Yeah, shout out Rome. There you go. Shout out Rome. So it was thrilling. It was really good.
The biggest challenge was finding an American-looking mall in Rome. Yes. We did.
Yes. And sometimes American background, right? We were all sort of on
we always had a
accent watch.
Yes. There's like certain trees that look very Italian, so like, you can't shoot that way. Sure, we can paint them out, but we don't paint stuff out. We just do it real.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, we are all getting strength from you. And Elizabeth Perkins. Come on now.
Yes, you're a beloved film icon. Can you tell us what drew you into this? We didn't know when we saw the film. We go into everything blind, so it was so fun to get to discover all of these characters. Can you tell us a little bit about getting to play it? We're so sad Allison was filming, so Allison Jenny isn't here, but can you talk about getting to play against her and what that was like?
Well, I've known Allison, I think, almost as long as I've known Paul, which is quite some time, which is why I'm here. I would bring Paul Feig breakfast on the set. I'd be like his caddy in the golf game. I'd go and have a cocktail with you anytime. Multiple. Working with Allison is, I wouldn't call it work. You'll notice that in our scenes together, I very, very rarely make eye contact with her because I can't. I can't look at her because she makes me laugh, even when she's being serious. So for me, it was a sisterhood.
Tell me about the lemon.
Oh yeah, there was this. We were walking into the wedding the first time you meet us, and right before Paul called action, she goes, "Here, hold this lemon." And he goes, "Action," and I walk in with the lemon. And then she grabs it out of my hand and goes, "What are you doing?" And that's what it's like to work with Allison. And thank you, Paul, for asking me to be in your film. And thank you to the lovely people on the stage.
Give me some better than another film this year.
I'll do anything with you, Paul.
Thank you.
I love that. I also just have to ask about the costuming process. Obviously, that is one of the elements in the film that is so fun and over the top. Can you talk about like what inspired that? Was it just like the more is more, or?
Well, we always want as much as we can out of these characters. But you know, Renee Kalfas is our amazing costume designer. She did the first one. She's done everything since, all my movies since. You know, but my thing is with all my actors, I want them to find the character through the clothes. And so I really encourage them to be collaborative with Renee and bring her ideas, and then Renee takes their ideas and makes them happen. And then it's a big collaboration, because I was an actor for a long time, and I know your clothes are a huge part of your character. And so they were just so inventive. I mean, the fact that Anna kind of brought that, brought the Midwestern mom along, but then she brought the glamour when she goes to the events where she needed to dress up. And then it's such a great juxtaposition between the two of you. And then Blake saying, like, she's got to come in a prison outfit. We first see her a prison suit, and then that collaboration resulted in that amazing first look. And actually, Blake, the flower thing you wore, how heavy was it?
I'm sorry, Dante was actually very jealous of Blake's high heels.
Well, that's the sequel.
It was 40 pounds.
Yes.
But you can wear that. It's a 40-pound crop top, so anytime.
I love that. I really loved the pearl outfit with the all the way down the side. That was one we definitely talked
Tamara
about.
Ralph. She makes amazing, beautiful clothes. She made a lot of them.
I love that. Okay, Paul, do you want to help everyone remember what they're not supposed to do when they leave the theater to keep the secrets and spoilers all wrapped up?
What she said, exactly, yeah. No, it's so fun. It's almost nerve-wracking sometimes to have a movie that has a lot of surprises in it, because you're like, well, please don't let the critics let it out or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I've said my piece.
Yeah,
Let people enjoy it.
We want everyone to have fun.
There you go.